Before I begin this video, I would like to thank all of the nurses and doctors out there who have given me so much tips while I was volunteering at Texas Children's Hospital from 2018 to 2019. I'm also grateful and thankful to be able to have the opportunity to experience what it's like working in a hospital and working on the unit that I will be wanting to work in the future as well. And I also am so grateful for the volunteer staff as well, and all the rest of the volunteers too, who would like to be in my position to become a nurse or to become a doctor later on. And I can't wait to see you guys in the future. Hey everyone, welcome back to A Dose of Dami. So in today's video, I will be sharing my experience volunteering at Texas Children's Hospital. It was from 2018 to 2019, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what the hospital is. It's very well known, especially in the Houston area, and Texas Children's is actually my dream hospital where I want to work at in the future, because I want to become a nurse anesthetist overall, but I have to have a couple of years working in the ICU. So I want to work in the neonatal intensive care unit, which is the specialty for babies and sick babies as well. So I'm very excited about that. But currently I'm going to be talking about my experience volunteering at a hospital, which I was super excited for. I'm so grateful for the opportunity that they have given me, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so volunteering was amazing in general. I am really just shocked at the opportunities I was able to get and be able to experience at the hospital. I have a couple of stuff written down because it was like almost 2 years ago. I still remember it vaguely, and I have to remember some of the nurses there as well, just for references. But yes, I love the experience. I mean, I've watched a lot of hospital shows, Grey's Anatomy, but just literally being a part of the nursing staff while I volunteer, or like the doctors, and just seeing them do their work like in real life is amazing. I love it so much. So the first program that I volunteered at is caring for babies. I pretty much just was able to sit and babysit the kids, just from newborns to like 2 to 3 years old, and the parents were actually in the room right over, so they were like going through like a parenthood class, I'm pretty sure. But I love babies in general. Like, that's one thing I need you guys to know about me. I love babies a lot. I just love them so much. They're just so cute and just so small, and I just feel like I would work well with them. And I have a passionate and big heart, so I would fit right in, working in the NICU as well. But yes, it was pretty simple, just watching over the kids, playing with them. Some of them were bilingual. They only spoke Spanish, so I mean, luckily, I did know a little bit of Spanish. I did, so I was able to communicate with the parents and the kids as well. Just some basic Spanish. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, you know Spanish?" And I said, "Yes. I'm actually Dominican."
2 was 4, right? And 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this?
And no, I wasn't. I'm not Dominican. But I was just very glad to be able to communicate with them and to be able to make sure that they're safe, because of course, being with random people, they don't know who you are. But I was there with a lot of other volunteer staffs as well, who has helped me along, be able to clean down all the toys and be able to watch the kids appropriately and everything like that. So I was very grateful for that. The next opportunity I was able to do was work in the nursing unit. Y'all, when I tell you I was hyped, I mean, me personally, I am a shy person, but all my energy is built up inside of me. So I was just really shocked to be able to just be around just great nurses, and I'm pretty sure I volunteered there twice a week, because I also had school as well. I was also a college student. It was not too long ago, but yes, it was actually last year. But yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. I loved being able to, and I didn't really do that much. I mean, I did do some stuff, but it wasn't give a patient a shot or anything like that, or check their blood pressure. I was able to restock the cabinets, where they put the gauze pads, the band-aids, the syringes and everything like that. I liked it so much, and I was also able to check in to see how the patients were doing. It was just I was just living in a whole different world. It was amazing. Me personally, like I said, I was shy, so I really didn't want to go inside the patient's room and be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" But that's what I'm gonna have to do when I'm a nurse. I mean, I'm gonna have to go make rounds, be able to make sure to check to see how they're doing, make sure nothing's wrong with them. So I'm gonna have to step out of my comfort zone, which I'm still learning to do, and I hope I can get a lot better at that. But this experience, especially working in the nursing unit, has made me a little bit more confident as well. But besides that point, I loved it so much. I know I keep saying that, but like, it was just so surreal. It was amazing being able to see like the smile on the patient's face whenever they saw me. They're like, oh my gosh, is she a kid? She's so small. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm a volunteer, but you know, yeah, it was a lot. But I was just super excited, and you know, just making sure to replace the gloves back for the doctors and nurses. And also I was able to meet some great doctors and nurses as well. I actually had this one situation where it was kind of weird. I'm not going to give any names out, but it was this one woman, I guess she left her kid there, and I was just sitting at the front desk because whenever I came in to work at the nursing unit, all I had to do was like make calls towards the doctors as well to make sure I left them voicemails about certain things if the nurses wanted them. And I also got to bring prescriptions to the doctors as well, which, my gosh, y'all, it was just amazing. But the incident was that I had to watch over this baby. I think he was about maybe a couple months old, just recently born, but a couple months old. And yes, I had to watch over it for a couple of hours until another nurse was able to watch over the baby as well. But it was very different. It was just me in the room. It was just me. And of course the doctors came in every now and then to make sure the baby was okay. The door was open as well to make sure nothing was going on or nothing bad was going to happen to the baby. They also gave the baby milk, formula, and everything like that. But it was crazy. I was just holding the baby. Of course it was acting up, but you know, it was just crazy. I was like, y'all want me to take after this baby? Like, I was shook, but it was an amazing experience. It was just like so much surprises and stuff that you can get to be able to volunteer at a hospital. Like, it's amazing. If you are a healthcare professional out there, or you are a future healthcare professional who would like to become a nurse or a doctor, you understand the excitement of working in a hospital, because not a lot of people would like to work in hospitals. They think it's boring and, you know, sad and stuff, you know, white walls and everything like that. But I just love the hospital feel. I've loved it for a long time, so I'm super excited about that. But let's get into the next one. It's kind of tied in with working in the nursing unit as well. But also I worked with this one lady. She was within the guest services area, and she was amazing as well. She was super fun, very helpful, very cheerful around the patients as well. It made me get more confidence, you know, to be able to speak to the patients, especially if they were like bilingual, so I could help her out a little bit. But we just pretty much made rounds. We were able to give them food. We were able to make sure they have enough toiletries, especially if they were staying overnight. And overall, it was just amazing. It was really fun. Working in guest services was a bit different. I mean, it wasn't just like me filing papers, or, you know, like me working in a nursing unit where I was just, you know, making calls or anything like that. But guest services I feel like it's connecting more with the patient, because you're always there. She's always the person, the woman who I was with. I'm not going to name any names because, of course, I don't want her to be on this YouTube or anything like that. But it was just connecting with the patient on a different level to make sure they have their needs met, because in a nurse and a doctor, they just pop in and pop out. But guest services, they make sure that you have a well-stay area. They make sure that you're comfortable. You know, we get blankets for them or anything like that, and we just make sure that, you know, they feel safe at a hospital, because no one wants to stay at a hospital, especially for over a couple of days or weeks or anything like that. So we just made sure that they were comfortable as well, and just to make sure that they had everything they needed, and also to control, I guess, the quantity of the families coming in as well, to make sure nothing bad was going on or anything like that. But it was very different, but I liked it a lot. I was able to experience different floors in the hospital, like the ER, the ICU, the NICU, or just the basic nursing unit area. So it was really great. I loved it so much. So this next area that I was in, it was pretty much just filing paperwork. I mean, me personally, I am an organized person. I love everything in detail. I just love it so much. But I worked in the cardiology unit, so I was just pretty much filing papers in the back. It was like a little extra job for me if I didn't have anything else to do on the nursing unit. But I loved it so much. I mean, I was able to go through the steps of how to do it, making sure the patients received their paperwork on time, making sure I gave them the right paperwork as well, especially if they didn't have English as their first language. So we had like different documents like in Arabic, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, or anything like that. So that was very helpful as well. But overall, it was great. I loved it so much. I met a lot of great people there as well, even though I was just like, okay, I'm just filing paperwork. But I mean, I'm gonna have to be able to do that anyways. I'm gonna have to be able to do a lot of stuff as a nurse in general. But it was relaxing, it really was. I wish I could have, played music while doing it, but I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But yes, it was fun. It was pretty good. Now, y'all, here is the big thing that I want to tell. I want to tell y'all. I just want to jump this right now because I really want to do this again. But shadowing was probably one of the best experiences I've had, like, throughout my whole 9 months of volunteering, y'all. When I tell you I would do that again, I would do it again. That experience was like, I'm gonna show a picture right here of me. I'm in like some scrubs and like a little hairnet as well, but it's right here, y'all. It's right here. Look at me. Oh, just this. Okay, let me get right into it. So, of course, I had to go through paperwork and everything. I had to go through consent to be able to shadow the nurses and doctors as well. But I specifically wanted to shadow a nurse anesthetist, which was great. I did as well, but I shadowed just nurses and doctors in general. And that was a blessing because I really just wanted to focus on my area. But, seeing what other specialties were doing, especially medical technicians, it was amazing. It was so much fun. It was awesome. It was like I was living in Grey's Anatomy because I literally got to like follow the doctors and nurses. And the best part was I got to do rounds. I got to literally be in the surgery room. I would show a pic. I have pictures, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. And I'm for sure not trying to get my career in jeopardy. So y'all ain't about to do that to me today. But it was amazing. Like, it was just minor surgeries, of course, but they're like, okay, if you feel like you're about to pass out or anything, you can just step out the room. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna pass out over here, not over here, especially not at the sight of blood. A lot of people do pass out at the sight of blood, but I was totally fine. In the first couple of cases that they had, it was just putting in like, I think earplugs in like certain kids. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think it was because they had ear infections or anything like that. So I got to watch them do that. I got to watch them up close. Like, it was amazing. And then when I saw the nurse anesthetist put them to sleep with a certain machine that she used, I was like, it seems like I was in a dream. Like, and the best part was, you guys know how in Grey's Anatomy maybe it is in Grey's Anatomy, but it's in a lot of hospital shows. But whenever they do like surgeries or anything like that, they kind of introduce themselves. They're like, hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so, I'm this and that. Or like your part in the surgery, like you're the medical technician, you're the nurse anesthetist. So when it was my turn to do it, I said, y'all want me to like announce my name? Y'all want me to, for real? I was just like, it was amazing. But I was like, hi, I'm Dominique, I'm a college student, and so-and-so like that. But it was just, I was super blessed. I was really, really blessed, like for real, just to be able to experience that. And shout out to the medical technician. I forgot his name, but he was like very helpful throughout the whole thing. Me being quiet, I asked a few questions, but I was still kind of shy. So he was just talking to me about the things that he does, cleaning off the tools before and after the surgeries, making sure they're sterilized and everything like that. And he just made the whole thing fun, like he really did. And just seeing the patients, and it was from like babies to like maybe like teens that I was seeing throughout each case. And also after the surgeries were done, I was able to walk with the doctor and the nurse as well to, I guess, like the rest area to make sure they're all hooked up and their oxygen levels were okay. But I was speechless. And that went on for like, I think about maybe a couple hours, maybe like 3 hours or so. But I was never tired because I was just literally just following them and like, asking them questions, asking them, what is this, just they were just telling me just all sorts of stuff. And Also, I was able to kind of walk in with a doctor, and they're like, oh, this is a volunteer, because they're like, is she about to work on me? Unfortunately not. I was not about to work on you. I'm not gonna work on you, patient number 1, but you will see me in the future. So, but yeah, it was amazing just walking in and then telling them what the procedure was going to be like. And I was like, literally, I'm in the opposite position. Usually I am in the patient's position, you know, if that would be me, but I am like in the doctor's position. Of course, still a volunteer, but if y'all were there, y'all would just be so amazed. Like, I almost wanted to cry, because I was like, I wanted to become a nurse ever since, and I wouldn't believe this, but I wanted to become a nurse ever since like elementary school. I still have, I'm going to show you guys a little picture right here. I still have the little essay that I wrote. It's not, well, I mean, it was an essay, but this is just a little, like, I think it's like a sentence or two of me just saying that when I grow up I want to be a nurse, and I still have it to this day. I still have that drive and that potential to become a nurse, and I still have that that little essay that I have. I don't even know where I got like to become a nurse from, because I don't even think I knew what a nurse was. I don't even know. I wish I knew, but not a lot of kids can say that they can hold on to a career that they, you know, wanted to become years and years ago. Because a lot of kids, they change their mind from wanting to become president to becoming an astronaut. But me, I'm just one of those ones who stick to what I want to do. But there's nothing wrong with changing your career, of course. But me, I was just one of the ones who were like, yeah, I'm gonna go be a nurse and go all the way. So I'm just very gracious and just so happy about the experience that I had. I hope you guys out there are able to volunteer as well. Of course, not at this time because of COVID. But just look around at like hospitals. Look at Memorial Hermann, Texas Children's, Houston Methodist. Look around for internships as well, so you can make those connections. Especially if you announce it that you want to become a nurse or a doctor, like announce to the staff or the volunteer staff as well. Hey, they might write you a letter of recommendation, because I got one from a volunteer, one of the volunteer staffs as well. But it's just so many opportunities, and especially if you're going to work back at the hospital in the future, they'll remember you and everything like that. So it's just amazing. It really is, and I'm super blessed. But I am so glad that you guys were able to watch this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed my experience that I shared. Like I said, for any healthcare professionals out there, I hope you were able to take this time to be able to look at some volunteer opportunities or some internship opportunities as well. But make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified, and I'll see you guys in the next one.